Good morning, good morning. What time is it? Almost 11 here on the East Coast. Good morning, everyone. Okay, so this won't take too long. Let me see here. I wanted to share this. How is everyone doing today? I am going to real quick go over how I do my distance scans with the Healy and then send the frequencies. Let me see what I got going on real quick. Let me find here we are. Share to a group. I hope everyone's doing well today. All right, let's see here, team right there, share. Okay, perfect, yay. All right, so I am going to share real quick how I do my distance scans and how I send the frequencies to my clients. For some of you, this may not make any sense. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't, as always. For some of you, this may make perfect sense. I am merely just here to share information and to spread knowledge. So anyways, so for those of you who don't know me, my name is Casey Howard here on Facebook. Casey King out in whatever this world is. I am a energy manipulator and a Reiki practitioner. I do a lot of work with chakras. I do a lot of work with crystals. Just energy in general. I am here to help raise the vibration of this planet. We are in a sad little place right now, and so I am here to help with that. So that being said, I don't want to take up a whole lot of time, so I'm going to make this as short and sweet as possible. Of course, if you have any questions, go ahead and send them to me. I don't believe I'm going to try and answer anything right now so that I am able to keep it short. But here we go. All right, so for those of you who know about the Healy, for those of you who don't know about the Healy, this is a tiny little device that works on the quantum level. Therefore, it can send, it has frequencies within it. Everything within the world has vibration. It has a certain level of frequency in which it vibrates at. And those frequencies, the higher they are, the better our cells are, the better our bodies are, the better the world is. Just, that is, yeah. So it has a lot of different programs to it. There is some scientific stuff behind it. I'm merely going to talk about just sending these right now. I'm not going to get into anything more than that. So anyway, so me personally, what I do for clients is I will run a scan. Now, typically before the Healy came out, I did this all intuitively. There's still some intuition behind it, but I would do it intuitively. I would do it with tarot cards. I would pull tarot cards to see if there was a specific area that I needed to focus on when working with Reiki and with working with the energy. But now, it's not, I love to do that. I love to follow my intuition and do what guides me. But this little tiny device helps me in so many ways. It makes it so much quicker. And it's a lot more specific. So the frequencies that it sends are specified for whatever it is that comes up on the scan, as opposed to me just setting the intention of the energy helping whatever needs it. It actually comes up. You can actually see it. I would say it's tangible, but of course you can't touch it. But you can like physically see what needs to be done as opposed to just guiding it intuitively. All right, so the first thing that I do is I will, of course, when someone needs a scan done, I will excuse me. Of course, my water would be over there. The very first thing that I do is I will go ahead and go into my Healy app. So I'm got a couple of different things going on, but just bear with me. All right, so I have a way. So this is what it looks like. I'm gonna try not to let that behind me. And I'm going to pick myself. All right, so what I will do is I will go in and I will make a new client. All right, I personally don't need a photo because I believe that when I am working specifically with someone, when I'm not doing this for the collective, I will just set the intention that this is for the person who is wanting to receive it, the one requesting it. So some people will use a photo. I know a lot of psychics or mediums will request a photo so that they can read those. For me personally, that's just not what I need. But that's just me. Everyone's different. And that is because I am, like I said, I am setting the intention for the frequencies to reach the intended individual, that one specific person. So there's that. So, if you happen to say, oh, well, what about a picture? Well, that's personally up to the person doing the scan. We're all a little bit different. We all do things differently. All right, so what I do is I go in and I add a new client to my database. I'll put in the first name, I will put in the last name, I will put in the sex. That's it. And then I will, once I've saved all of that, now there is an entire card in here. There's for address, for, place of birth, just a whole lot of different contact information, email, so the PDFs can actually be sent to clients. So there's different stuff. But me personally, when I'm doing these distance scans, I do them just first name, last name, and their gender. And so I will do that, and then I will go in. There's two different types of scans. There is the resonance analysis, which will go through all of the different programs that the Healy has in it, and it will determine which ones are at the top of the list, which ones really need to be focused on in that moment. And this is all in real time, okay? The quantum field works that way. Time is irrelevant. It is all, all at once. So this is not something where it was like, oh, how are you feeling yesterday? It is, what does your body need right now? So that's the Resonance app. It does run through the different programs in there. There is the Gold Cycle. There is the Pain and Psyche programs. There are Beauty Sleep. There's one for jobs. There's one for your actual bioenergetic field. There's one for your meridians, which run throughout our bodies. There's one for your chakras. There's a lot of different stuff that it just, and then there's other programs in there. So it is really, it's really interesting. There's a lot of really good stuff. I haven't even started to dive into the other programs that the Resonance can actually go in and check into. That's all more on a holistic sort of level. And then there is the aura analysis. So we've got the resonance analysis and we have the aura analysis. The aura analysis actually will go through and record your aura and see if you have, see where your imbalances are in regards to your different chakras, in regards to your aura. If your root chakra is on a little lower level than the other 6, it will pick out the lower bottom it will pick out the 3 chakras that need the attention the most in that moment. Yeah. And so, so those are the 2 different types. One is for the bioenergetic field, which deals within and with the cells and whatnot within our bodies, and the aura deals with the outside auric field in regards to our chakras, our energy centers with that we have. All right. So what I am going to do is we are going to. All right, so that explains what those 2, what the differences are, all right? The next thing that I do, once I have this information, is I request permission from the individual who is wanting the scan done. We always, always, always need permission. Running programs on people without their permission is, I don't want to say bad juju, but it's, I mean, that's going against free will. All right, you don't just want to send energy. Some people don't want that energy. Some of us are extremely sensitive to energy. Some of us don't necessarily, and without even realizing it, sometimes we project maybe not the best of energy. And so I always, always, always will request permission to run this scan and to send the frequencies to perform this for the individual. All right, that also opens them up. When they say yes, then that means they are open and willing to receive, and that's another big part of it. That's how this works in the quantum field. They need to be open to receive. It would almost be like sending, let's see here, what would it be? It would be like trying to spray perfume on something or someone when there's a big sheet of like plexiglass between you. So if you're not open and willing to receive, then basically that energy is going to hit kind of like an invisible wall, I suppose. So that is another important sort of thing that you need to keep in mind. So permission or information in here, permission to both run the scan and to send the frequencies, because they may not want the frequencies sent. So permission for both of those. And once again, like I said, this is what I do. So then that's the next thing. Let's see, permission to send both. So then what I do is I have a personal space in my house that that is strictly for sending energy. I do sage my house quite often. However, I have a personal designated space that is strictly for sending energy. That is the purpose of it. I call it my container. All right, so what I do then is, and I'm going to show that to you here in just a second. So what I do is I will actually set the intention. I will step in to my container and I will open it up so that I am ready to be able to send these energies. It also just helps me personally open up into another sort of space. When the person is not here, it's very important that the energy that you are working on and the energy that you are working on is specifically for that individual. I also am extremely cautious with my own personal energy. I have several selenite wands that I will use to cleanse my aura, so that it is basically clean of anything maybe that I've been carrying around. One thing that I don't want to do is project any of my own personal energy on to anyone. I set the intention that it is not for me. It is specifically for this individual. Therefore, it's not for the collective. It's not for my kid. It's not for my animals. It's not for me. It is for the person who is requesting the energy. So let me see here. Can I flip this around? Yes, I can. All right. So I'm going to show you my space real quick if it will. Oh. Okay. All right. So this right here is my space. You can't see it very well because the windows are of course behind it, but that right there is my Reiki box. I have my, I have candles that I light. I have a whole process that I go through. I will light my candles. Like I said, I am a Reiki practitioner, so I use, I do have the distant scan, the distant symbol that I use in regards to that to send it distantly as well. Although that's not required. Prior to becoming a Reiki practitioner, I still did energy healing. I still balanced chakras. I still sent energy to help clear those. And so being a Reiki practitioner is not necessary. It is not a requirement. It is just another tool in my tool belt that I have that helps me do my purpose work and what it is that I am supposed to be doing. So I will light my candles. I will step into my container, and I will set the intention that I will be doing a scan on the individual, that the intention is it is only for that individual, and that that they will be receiving the highest and good energy, and that it will do what it needs to do. And that is really how I open it. Now, I do not do that until I have their permission. Yeah, I do not do that until I have their permission. Now, I may have my candles lit for whatever. I can do scans and send energy back to back. I mean, I don't want to say back to back, but I mean, it takes a little bit of time for me to go through afterwards and do what I need to do to kind of clear, excuse me. But I could light my candles if that is the intention, and I could do client after client without an issue in regards to that. That's just, I don't blow them out after each one, you know. That's, you know, go to work, you leave the door unlocked, right? When you leave, you lock the door. It's pretty much how my container works, I suppose, is a way to put that. Okay, so once I have that taken care of, okay, there it goes. Once I have that taken care of, I will have their profile up here. All right, oh, the lights. That's me, by the way. I just have me and a picture of my face on here. That's what I use in the resonance. So the individual who I'm running the scan on is, they're going to ask the question with what do I have the greatest resonance, or what do I have the greatest resonance with now? That is going to send that into the quantum field, and what that is going to do is that is basically requesting, hey, Healy, frequencies, universe, divine, however you choose to look at it, what exactly should I be focused on right now, right? So once they have done that, then I am, of course, setting the intention. This energy is the scan is for them. I will say their name out loud. And none of this has to be done with the individual on the phone. Typically, I will have if it's on Facebook Messenger or text or something like that, I will have that open so that I can communicate with them and just let them know, okay, go ahead and set your intention, ask what it is that you have the greatest resonance with, and I will state their name, and I will personally say, with what does Casey Howard have the greatest resonance now? With what does, and I will repeat that while I do this. So We go to the database selection. Like I said, there are several programs in here. I will always, down at the bottom, I will run the all Healy programs. It brings up the 16 different programs, and it will go through those and figure out which ones are needing to have some attention paid to them. So that is done. I will do start analysis. Now when I do start analysis, there's a little thumbprint. And so what I do in being the person who is actually, it's called a surrogate, kind of like a surrogate mom. You know how like the mothers will carry someone else's child for them. Basically what this is my intention is using their energy, their energetic field. I'm just using my thumb, that's all. And so I will put my thumb on there and it will scan. All right, and then the programs come up. So, oh, hey, the very top one that came up for me was the Healy job programs, which is kind of fun because I'm telling you how I do my job. So that's fun. So the top 5 that came up in regards to this were the Healy job programs, the Healy mental balance, the gold cycle, the pain psyche programs, and the fitness program. So those were the top 5 in regards to that. The next thing that I personally will do now at this point in time, because I like to be more specific with it, at this point in time, I will then go back to the database with that person. And the top one that I had was the job program. So I will select the job programs, start analysis. I will put my thumb on there. Oh, the light. I will put my thumb on there. Job hasn't popped up before, so it's a little bit slower. And the top one on this, oh, hey, is extreme stress. So maybe my heart's palpitating a little bit more, maybe I need to relax just a little bit. I guess my breathing is a little bit more shallow than normal because I am, I mean, I'm a tiny bit nervous. You know, I enjoy doing these, but I'm still a little bit nervous. So, but this is what I had come up. It was extreme stress. It was exhaustion, acute, positive thoughts, exhaustion, systematic, and fatigue. So clearly I am tired. There's some stress going on, and I guess I need maybe some more positivity going on. I don't know. So anyways, so that is how I will run those programs. Now at this point, I have 2 different options that I will give the individual who I'm running the scan on. I can either vibrate all 5 of these into their energy field, all right, so that it is hitting on each one of these specific programs that have been listed. I have a way, so let me do this real quick. So down here at the bottom, there is an actions tab, and then there it says vibrate, right? Here, if that pops up, let's see, can you see that? It gives different amounts, of time. And it goes anywhere between like 1 second all the way up to almost 9 hours. The vibrate option can be vibrated in that situation for 9 hours, and then once it's done you can run it again. It's perfectly fine. So that's the option for that. So you can run it through that way. I'll do this real quick and just kind of show you. Let me get this out of the way. Okay, so I will I'll choose the vibrate. I'm just going to do it for, I don't know, let's do it for leave it at the, we'll do it for 1 minute and 20 seconds. I'm not going to do it for that long. But, all right, so I chose 1 minute and 20 seconds. I'm going to hit start. And it will begin. Is it going to do it? What are you doing? Hold on just a second, sorry. A little bit of a technical difficulty. Alright, so we have that. Actions, vibrate, start. There it is. So then what it will do is it will vibrate for 1 minute and 20 seconds, and it will move through each one of those cards individually. So what it will do is it will space them out so that they have the equal amount of time during the duration of the vibrate. All right, so we're going to stop that. The other thing, so that is one of the options that my client has. All right, so I can either run that and it will run all 5 of those cards for the duration of time. Now when I do the vibrate, what I do with that is I will put it on for the hour option. It's like 56 minutes. That is the option that I will typically choose, unless they're on more of like a time constraint, and then I'll do, you know, just 30 minutes or whatever. All right, so because it has so many different options, you can do that. If you're running like a protection program throughout the day, you can put it on that 9-hour one, and as long as you have your device with you, and as long as you have your Healy with you, and as long as you have your device wherever your app is connected to, it will be able to do that. That is only, however, on the Resonance app. You're not able to do that on the Healy, the other Healy app that is available. I call them the pink dot Healy and the blue dot Healy. The blue dot is the analyze, it is for the Resonance. The pink dot has all of the programs to be able to run with the electrodes and the cables or the cords. Okay, so there is that is how that works. So the first one that came up was extreme stress. All right, so what you have to do is, if you choose to do just one individual program, you actually have to completely exit out of the Healy Blue Dot app. So you have to exit out of the Heal Advisor Analyze app. And then that way there's no confusion going on between the pink dot and the blue dot. All right, that's gonna come up. And actually, you know what, let me do something real quick, because just for good measures. Okay, let me read you the disclaimer since it's here. All right, so it says Healy is a microcurrent medical device that has been cleared by the U.S. Food and Drug Administration for relief of acute, chronic, and arthritis pain and muscle soreness due to overexertion. Healy also has non-medical applications that use individualized frequencies to help balance your mind and body and relieve stress. Always use your Healy in accordance with its instructions for use. And I also believe, one moment please, almost done. Trying to keep it short and sweet. Where's my miss? All right, Casey, what are you doing? Okay, anyways, I've read that. I'll put the disclaimer down in the comments too, just because it's always good to have. Okay, so now there are, in this program, there are all of the different programs, right? So we had the job sleep one. Doing all of this backwards. Okay, So there's the job sleep one. We had extreme stress. So this one is 60 minutes. So what I would do is, this is going to run the individual program. Now, remember, I'm doing this via distance, so I'm not going to have the electrodes on me. I'm not going to have the cords. This is typically what I have. So I'm not going to have this on me. Normally, they are, I mean, if you see me, you know, I look like some kind of patient of some sort. I will walk around with just the electrodes on my arm, because if I need to run a program, I will strap it right up. Okay, so dang it. Anyways, all right, so these are not required for the distance program being sent. All right, so the extreme stress comes up at 60 minutes. All right, so then I'm going to hit start. What that's going to do is it's going to actually transmit the program to the Healy. Okay. So, and then that way you would actually be able to close out of this and walk away from it as long as you have your Healy device on you. What I will do is I will transmit the program, and once it is done, it is ready to go. All right, so I will go ahead and bump this percentage up to 100%. And I actually will lay it within my container on top of my Reiki box. And I will, with the clear intention, I will allow the frequencies to be sent to the individual who is requesting the session. And then what I do, all right, is I will take a picture. Typically, let me see here, I'll show you kind of how it looks. So I put that right there, and I put the Healy right there, and I'm going to take these cords off of me. So typically what I will do is I will send them a picture of this so that they see it and the amount of time. And then I will step out of the container, and I let them know that. I say, okay, I am going to go and do whatever it is that I need to do. I'm going to step out of this container. Enjoy, you know. Sometimes people are, I mean, it's not a bad thing to kind of be still. It's not a bad thing to, morning, kid. It's not a bad thing to, you know, relax and just fully be in the moment of, okay, you're just gonna hang out right there? You wanna say hi? No? Okay. You look cute. I need a light. Check in there. There might be one in there. Sorry. Okay. Sorry about that. Anyways, so in the basket, baby, yeah. So anyways, and then I will step out. I will set the intention for me to just step out of the container, and I tell them enjoy, relax. You know, I mean, if you're cooking dinner or something like that, you totally can do that. You just want to have the intention, because the frequencies are going to come regardless. All right. To be more mindful of them is probably more beneficial, is kind of maybe how I would say that. All right. And so then I will go about my business. I will leave my candles lit. I will leave my container open for them, although I have stepped out of it. And then I go about my business for the duration of the program. Once the program is done, it has a nice little lovely sound to it, and it sings to you and lets you know that the program has finished. Once that has been done, I will then come back up here from whatever it was that I was doing, and I will turn it off. I will let the person know that the program has done, has run its course, ask them if they have any questions, and then I will close that container. I will cut that cord however you choose to put it. I will then shut that down, I guess. I will go ahead and be done with it. kind of like earlier how I would say when you go to work, or how I said when you go to work, you know, you unlock the door, and then when you leave again, you lock the door. That's kind of what I'm doing. I'm at that point, I'm shutting the door, the client is gone, and they are no longer going to be receiving any energy from me, and whatever it is that they're projecting or anything is it's not coming my way. And then I will I will use my selenite wand. I will probably burn some sage, and yeah, drink some water and go about my business, and either move on to the next one or run a program on myself, or, you know, whatever. Yeah, I want to say that is how I do my distance scans and send frequencies to people. So I appreciate you hanging out with me. I appreciate you being here. Like I said, if it resonates, take what does. If it doesn't, leave what doesn't. And I hope everyone has an absolutely wonderful and blessed day. And I will talk to you all later. If you have any questions, please feel free to send me questions. For those in the group, if we're not friends on Facebook and you want to be, please send me a friend request. I am definitely opening up my container to a lot more like-minded people right now. And so yeah, if you feel so inclined, I would love to have you. I once again hope you all have a wonderful and blessed day, and I will talk to you later. Bye.